Hello friends. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install ComfyUI and get it running. Why ComfyUI? And why now? ComfyUI is an extremely powerful user interface because you have total freedom and total control to create your own workflows. This user interface will allow you to design and run advanced stable diffusion pipelines using a graph, node, and flowchart-based interface. All this to create complex, stable diffusion workflows that you can easily reload. Yes, you can reload your work without needing to redo anything. You can also find other images and see how other users have created just by dragging the .png. So simple and so good. I'm going to show you some basics, and I'm also going to set you up with a very helpful advanced extension that you're going to thank me for. This is ComfyUI, and this is what we will be installing today. Let's delve into this and go over the user interface together. All the links are going to be in the description below. And first of all, we're going to go to GitHub and find the ComfyUI. Make sure you are in the same page like me. You can see in the right side information for releases. So if you scroll down here, you have installing. Or you can just scroll down even further. Then you have for Windows nowadays. You don't need to get clones. You can just direct link to download. After you download that, you're going to have a 7-zip file. You can use WinRAR like me. Right click and open. In the WinRAR window, I click Extract. For me, I already have it. Then click OK. Note that you can just either extract to wherever you want. It's a rather big file, so it will take you some time to extract. Now, you are going to go into the extracted folder. You can rename if you want. Inside, we will find a README. Here, that's telling this is very important. But it says that if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you're going to use this path file. But if you don't, you're going to run by CPU, which should also be noticeably slower. Let's adjust the windows to read that, and to make sure we don't forget anything. And there's also some troubleshooting here, like if you get a red error in the UI. Make sure you have a model checkpoint. You're going to download that as well if you need. Now, if you are using Automatic 1111 or have another installation of Stable Diffusion where you already have models, you can go into the config UI directory here, and then we can see all files of ComfyUI. You must scroll down and find the file that name is extra_model_paths.yaml.example. And rename this and just remove the example here. Then you should be able to edit this with Notepad, and then you can set your base path to where your Automatic 1111 is. Now, if you don't have that installed, you can just skip that. I do have it installed, so I can just select this. That will make sure. After I save this, that all my models that I'm using in Automatic 1111 will be used in ComfyUI Viewer as well. Now, if you don't have that or any models at all, I recommend that you download a model from Civitai. And then inside your models folder here. So these are all the folders we're going to be placing your various models. Now, if you have no idea what this is, just go into checkpoints and put your regular, say, tensors or a CKPT files here. Now you're all set to start ComfyUI. Like we talked about previously, you're just going to run NVIDIA GPU, and after a few seconds, you will have ComfyUI launched, and this will be the default interface that you will see. So these are nodes so similar to other user interfaces, like Automatic 1111. The features are the same, but everything is connected by nodes. And really, the power of nodes is that you can then take all the features and connect them together basically almost however you want, and you can add multiple nodes and create your own workflows. So here we have our load checkpoint or load models node. And here you can select the model that you want. Now I have a lot of models, but if you just follow this tutorial and don't have anything installed, you should have the deliberate here, for example, which is the model that we downloaded. Now we have a default prompt set here, which is beautiful scenery, nature, glass bottle, landscape, purple galaxy bubble. We have a negative prompt here. Now you can't see this as a negative prompt because it just says clip texting code prompt. This can be renamed. So let's just type also the prompt here. So you understand what it is what they're doing, just rename this to negative prompt. Now you don't have to do this. So we write positive. Click OK. And we do the same thing with negative. And click OK. As you can see here, the case sampler here, we have connections going from the positive prompt. So you can see there's a line. I'm going to the negative, and this is line from positive. Now you can switch these around, you can detach these. And let's say you want to change this. This is the negative instead. So I'll just drag this to negative, and then you can connect this to the positive. If you would want that, so you can switch things up almost thigh. Let's put them back into positive and negative. And as you can see, the model is going straight back to the ball. So from the load checkpoint, we're sending the model line to sampler and the V. You can't see that because it goes behind, but if you can see that this red goes to this red down here, the V code. So if I were to render this, Q prompt that it says, it will start rendering similar to as it does an automatic 1111. And we would have an image coming in to save image. We can open this in image. This is just a 512 by 512. So it's a small image, but you get the point. In the little node down here, you have the width and the height, and the batch size, which is how many images you will create. And in the K sampler here, you have the seed, which basically determines the base noise before this image is generated. This can be changed, and it can be set to fixed in increment, increasing one at a time, or decrement through decreasing one at a time. For example, the number of steps that your image will go through while rendering on the CFG scale, which is a mathematical equation between the positive prompt and the negative prompt and the output. But simply put, its lower CFG means that the AI is listening less to your prompt. I'd say a value between 3-7-ish, it's kind of good. I usually do 4 or 5 nowadays. The sampler here is basically what renders your image. Now for stable diffusion 1.5 and 2.0 models, I recommend the DPM++ 2M, and then changing the scheduler to Keras. But this is basically the super simple version of ComfyUI. And the nodes, now you can add more nodes. There are a lot of available. So just right-click something. You can add a node, and there are a lot of nodes to choose from. So let's say here, for example, this is the decay sampler, so this is some of the settings that are used to render an image. If we add an advanced case sampler, you can see here that we're getting some more settings. We can have a started step and an end that step, which means we could run multiple case samplers, like one running from 0 to 15. And now they're from 15 to 30. This is very popular in ComfyUI. We will now talk about something called the ComfyUI Manager. It's a very helpful custom nodes. So we're going to download this, and that's going to help us install others missing custom nodes when we load shared workflow. The button appears here once installed, so we have to download the zip from GitHub. The link is in the description below. Make sure that you are in the same page like me, ComfyUI Manager. Then scroll down, you will see the menu interface for ComfyUI Manager. Keep scrolling until you found the link here. Click on it to download. We need the Install Manager bat here. I already have it. So I just have to put the install bat into installed ComfyUI directory where you have the run bat. And double click on the Install batch file. Restart ComfyUI. As I said, you will find it here. Now, let's talk about some tricks and answer a few questions like, why are my lines or spline or straight? These lines are named link render mode. And there's a way that allows you to control the rendering of the links between nodes between straight, linear, and spline. You just have to go here in parameters of ComfyUI. Click on it. Do scroll down. And go here. You can choose between straight, linear, and spline, e.g. straight. Personally, I prefer straight. It's look more organized with it. The next videos will focus on prompting, LoRaS, ControlNet, and other workflow. See you soon.